Okay, hey. Looks like we're live. All right, so we're going to talk comics, catechism, and chickens. Chickens, that's right. I had a couple trips to Menards today. It's a hardware store around here. And not just a hardware store, but it's like a huge lumber store. And it's a mess back there because I'm building something for my chickens. And it's like a 5-gallon 5-gallon feeding trough for the chickens. We've got this. It's gonna go in here like that. And you're gonna fill it up and they're gonna feed right out of there. So it's supposed to be a no mess chicken feeder, but we'll see. I don't know. Chickens tend to always make some sort of a mess. And yes, I have chickens. 4 chickens to be exact, because we live in the city and we can only have 4 chickens. It'd be nice to have more. Then we'd have more eggs, but right now they're not laying any eggs because it's cold outside. So that's what I've been working on. I had to make 2 trips because I got a drill bit. This guy right here. This drill bit is the second one that I had to buy. The first one was way too big, 2 inches, or 2 3/4 inches. This is 2.5 inches. And to drill those holes into that bucket. So that was fun. So the YouTube channel has a chat. If you join me on the YouTube channel, you can check out the chat. I believe it's on the right side of the video. If you're on desktop, I'm not sure where it is if you're on mobile. But there's a chat, a live chat where you can chat. I'll say, hey, welcome to the stream. There we go. So if you see that, join in, ask questions, say hi, tell me where you're watching from. And we'll get some good conversation going. So our chickens we've been using the same feeder since they were little baby chicks. And I don't know, it's just not working as well as it could be because it's such a small one, because we've had it since they were chicks. It's small, and you fill it up and it maybe lasts 2 days before we have to refill it again, and then the food is scattered all over the place because they're just taking it out, throwing it around just like little kids, and we just can't keep our chickens under control. So I'm making a no mess feeder. Hopefully this will work, but we'll see. So today I've got question number 42. But what shall be done to the wicked at their death? This is from Keach's Catechism, also known as the Baptist Catechism. A lot of people are saying, why are you doing Keach's Catechism? That's not very popular. Well, I'm doing Keach's Catechism because I was researching Benjamin Keach, because I found his story to be interesting. And then after that, I decided just to start illustrating these. I guess I should have had a plan going into it, but I got so far into it that I just thought, I'll just keep going with these. But I am also doing the Westminster Shorter Catechism as well. I just started that. I've got 3 questions done. And so when I get these printed, I'll hopefully have both of them, be able to publish both of them, the Westminster and Keach's Catechism. So that should be sometime this year. Hopefully, I'd like to get them done this year. So that's why I'm just kind of trying to book it on these. And So I figured while I'm illustrating these, why not go on live and share it with all of you. So I hope you enjoy these videos. And if you can find the live chat on the side of the video on YouTube, I'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, I will just be rambling. So the title of this one is Comics, Catechism, and Chickens. Or kind of like Dwight Schrute. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. That was that was what was in my head when I came up with the title. I know it's dumb, but hey, you gotta have a title. So, question 42 is actually a mirror image, kind of a mirror image of question 40. So, what benefits do believers receive from Christ at their death? And then question 42, what shall be done to the wicked at their death? Question 40, they're resting in the arms of Christ. They've got all these beautiful flowers growing up. A tulip. Had to sneak in a tulip there. And then 42 is kind of the mirror image for that, but for the unbeliever, awaiting judgment, and the flowers are dead. There's no hope for them. They're dying. And I need another dead flower over here. So that's where I'm going with this one. And alternatively, I guess if you can't find the chat on the side of the video, I don't know what it looks like on mobile when you're watching a YouTube video, but if you can't find the chat, you can always comment on the Facebook post or Twitter post or Instagram post, wherever you found it, and I'll stop while I'm drawing every once in a while and check those just to see how that's going. So let's begin. So this one, I actually am gonna work on the sketch a little bit more. Because I want some more dead flowers over here. Oh, and one thing, something that happened last night. So I'm going to actually have to remember to save. So if you could remind me in the chat, save your work, or something like that. That would be helpful, because last night I didn't save at all while I was drawing one of these. This one. So this is actually... So when I went to save it, so it was like this, and then I did like two different sketches. I did a rough sketch, a cleaned up sketch, and then I did the final ink work right here. But I didn't save it during any of that process. So when I went to save it, the program froze while it was saving. It was like the saving bar was up here, and it was like all blue, and then it just stopped. And it didn't save. I had to force quit my program, and when I opened it back up, it didn't, like, the recovery file wasn't there. So, but before I force quit, I took a screenshot of the drawing that I did. So then I had to take that screenshot into Adobe Illustrator. So let me back up. So here's the screenshot. Take it into Illustrator. And so there's this thing called Live Trace, and I have it set up so that it mimics my Catechism brush pen. So I can live trace it and it'll vectorize it for me. and take out the background, expand, and then I think I can just copy that, or actually I can save that as a, I already did save it, I think, as a PNG with a transparent background, and then I can just drag that into my program and have it right there. And that is the wonder of technology. Where's my RefToons folder? Catechisms. There we go. Keach's vector line art, PNG, woman robe. There we go. So yeah, I can now drag this over here, and voila. There's the vector image that somewhat mimics the brush pen line art that I have, and I can resize it to what I need here. And since it's a vector, vector is a type of file that can be resized at any size, big or small, without losing quality, without getting all pixelated. So that's helpful. So she's going to be right there, and I'm glad I was able to vectorize her because I could enlarge her a little bit. And then behind her, she's going to have like a burst of light or something like that, like light lines going every which way. Okay, now to alright, so that's that one. I'm gonna save. You guys gotta remind me to save. And going back to this one, awaiting judgment. So in all of these, there are different sections. In each section of the Catechism, I have assigned a different background color. So this is like an orangey color, and I'll probably change these once I finish all of them. I may go back in and decide if some of the colors might not work well with whatever section. So some of the sections are like God, Scripture, sin, Jesus, obedience, and things like that. So that was a fun little rabbit trail. Just get a glimpse into my process here. The some of the ups and downs of creating digital art, and this would be the ground dirt here. Okay, now I can change the opacity of that. Grab my ink brush here, make sure it's on black, and there we go. And this is the brush that I use for every RefToon that I do digitally. And it mimics my brush pen, which I don't know where that is. Hold on. Haha. So when I'm not working digitally, I use this paper. It is some nice thick paper, and I'm actually working on a Spurgeon tune. Actually, I scrapped this side and redrew some of it on this side I use a mechanical Parker pencil, and which was made right here in Janesville. But this is a new Spurgeon tune that I'm working on. It's going to be like several of these different pages here. And it's going to be more like a comic that you would read sequentially rather than a single image, because most of my RefToons are just single images. But anyways, what I wanted to say was that this is the brush pen that I use, and so it has like a brush tip. Is it gonna focus? Come on, camera, focus. Maybe not. Focus. Focus on my finger. Anyways, it has a brush tip, and I've been able to mimic that brush tip with this brush, which is fun. So, because the Keach's Catechism is very similar to the Westminster Shorter Catechism, I mean, they basically copied it word for word in some parts. Some of the questions, they changed the wording a little bit, but the concept is still the same. Because of that, I can reuse most of the images that I'm creating for Keach's. I'm reusing for the Westminster Shorter Catechism. There will be a few of them that are completely different, completely new images that are not included in Keach's, that I've had to create brand new for the Westminster, but most of them are going to be brand new images. Whoops. Just a second. All right. So we've got our dead flowers, and I'm going to start inking the foreground first, because that will, because of some of these things are overlapping other parts of the drawing, and I don't want to draw the background and like skip over these when I don't know like where this is going to stop and start. So I want to draw the foreground first, and that will determine what is going to be hidden in the background. These are sad, sad flowers. And I want them kind of with wobbly lines to make them look a little weak. What? What? Huh? No, not right now. So, nice and wobbly there. And maybe I'll make even the grass look dead in this one. There we go. That is nice and wobbly, dead flower-ish looking. Maybe they can have petals falling as if they're crying, shedding their own tears made out of themselves. There we go. And just make some little stick-like branches sticking off of them. Oh, that's too big. There we go. I like to do these line breaks right here so that it doesn't feel like this line is part of this line. It helps distinguish the foreground and background a little bit more. Supposedly. I think once I finish this one, it's gonna be, I'm gonna close the stream and get some other stuff done. I just wanted to get a little bit done here today while I had a little bit of time to spare, but think this is going to be good enough for now. Awaiting. Judgment. Okay, and then I'm gonna slide this over just a little bit. Okay, and then I need to slide that one over the other way. So that's a little bit even. There we go. Alright, so you can find RefToons at reftoons.com. You can find it at on Facebook, RefToons on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. There are new tunes every once in a while. I'll have new tunes. Like I said, I'm working on a new Spurgeon tune, but I usually post a lot of my old ones. We get a lot of new new subscribers on the pages, so I like to repost all of the old ones because not everyone has seen them, and so they make their way around. But every once in a while there will be a new one that I post, so keep looking for those. On YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I believe the subscribe button's down there somewhere, and hit the bell notification and you'll get notified when I go live again or when I post a new video. And so the videos on here are basically just like this, where I'll be talking and working. So it's like you're a fly on the wall in my art studio. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.